Okay, I've been tagged by both YounaTuber and Demcad, so I'm going to make it a little bit more detailed. And I guess we'll start right now. 5 things. All these people are going around tagging each other to find out more information about each other, so that's kind of cool, I guess. It's a neat little game. So, here's my contribution. I guess we could start with, I don't know if this is a fun fact, but it's an interesting one. I had my skull crushed in as a small child between kindergarten and first grade, like the summer vacation. And it was, they had to, open it up and pull the skull out of the brain. And I didn't notice a lot of weird effects from it. It's just that I could not learn to read to save my life all the way up to like 5th grade. But luckily they gave me some tests and sent me to this special class. They said, a special class where you can learn. They sent me to a class full of behavioral problems children. And that's kind of nice. LED upgrade. Anyway, luckily I had a teacher who saw that I was self-motivated, and she gave me a little desk off to one side, and when I finished with whatever assignment I was working on, she gave me a new assignment, and I went back and did that. And then, because of her ability to let me learn on my own, I was reading college level by the end of 6th grade. So that worked out pretty well. So the only thing I've noticed that's a continuing result is that I'm a little bit slower than most people as far as like reading and even conversation. It's like it's as if I had to learn my way around the injury and basically and I'm having to use pathways that aren't really designed for it. So I think differently than most people. Yeah, this is my old Army flashlight. LED upgrade. So basically, I think differently, and I was right-handed before the injury, and then after the injury, I was left-handed, which is kind of bizarre. So, if you find any weird, aberrant behavior from me, it's because I'm brain damaged. Another interesting fact. Let's go to number 2. Throughout my entire life, even as a little kid, I mean a little kid. Oh, by the way, this is not one of them. Okay, it could be. Well, let's say it's not. My memory goes way, way back. Even as I have memories of when I was born. Not when I was born, but in the place that I was born. The place that we left before I was 2 years old. I remember our church. I remember the front porch, a swing set, and I remember my older sister having Cracker Jacks, and I didn't have any, and I was wondering, and I was feeling that impatience, and the reason why I couldn't say anything is because apparently I didn't know how to talk. Remember our front porch, our crib, my crib, well, more like a playpen. So that's kind of neither here nor there, but it's interesting. But back to what I was saying about gadgets. Even as a little kid, I've always loved gadgets. My favorite toy in the world when I was a kid was Legos. If you could give me some Legos and, a place to build things, I was always happy. Kind of bizarre. So sometimes it actually got me into a little trouble. I recall we had a broken TV set, and my dad gave it to me, and I took it apart, you know, and I was playing with it, you know, pulling the tubes out and everything. And then I was used to playing with like little AA's and D cells and whatnot. You could take a paper clip and put a flashlight bulb, a flashlight bulb on it and make it light up, and then you could like touch the paper clip to the top of the battery, and it would make a little spark, you know. It was kind of cool, and I said, I wonder what the spark will look like with house current. So I cut the wire off of the TV set and stripped and bared the wires, you know. I did it with my teeth. I didn't have any wire cutters. And then I plugged it in. And then I put it in front of my face to see the little spark, and it went boom! And the last thing I saw before my entire vision sort of grayed out was a billion little sparks all over my bedroom floor, just covering it. And then I couldn't see. And I staggered out into the living room yelling, "I can't see! I can't see!" And I heard my dad really calmly, "Dear, would you go see what's wrong with Warren? Thanks for the concern." And then, right about then, I was like, and to demonstrate my blindness, I tripped over the footstool. And then finally I was like, one knee on the footstool and holding it onto it like it was like a rock I was clinging to in a river. And I was going, and then suddenly, you know, well, gradually I started being able to see a couple of little outlines of like on the edges of my vision that where my vision was starting to come back, and I had this gigantic spot of blindness in the middle, and I was going, maybe I can work with this, and then maybe I can go through life like this. And then the spot started shrinking, and then I was seeing outlines of things, you know, in the blind spot, and I was going, then I started laughing out of sheer relief. I can see again. So I've learned to be a little bit more cautious with my mechanical experiments. And basically, throughout everything I do, throughout my entire life, my love for gadgets and little mechanical devices, it underlies everything I am and everything I do. It's all about my job and my hobbies and all this stuff. It's like, I guess you could call me a gadgeteer. Let's go on to the next one. My love for gadgets. Now, this sort of is related to another one. Back in the military, oh man, I hated the military. Oh my God, I was so absolutely beyond insanely miserable. But basically, when we were getting ready to go to Saudi Arabia for Desert Shield during the first Gulf War, I was like paranoid. I was like thinking of everything I needed to survive. It's like a little foreshadowing, eh? To survive the war. So I brought all my tools, and I bought a couple more tools, and I had these two big, huge toolboxes, and I bought a scope for my M16 that would fit on that little handle. And it's not that I was trying to be Rambo or anything, it's just because I was not a very good marksman. So I needed everything I could get. I bore-sighted the scope, and basically my commander, when he saw it, once we were deployed into Iraq and the shooting war was going on, he looked at it and scowled and said, if you just do your job rather than trying to be a Rambo, we'd all be better off. But he didn't understand. I wasn't trying to show off. It's just the fact that I needed a little extra help. So In Saudi Arabia and in Iraq, my nickname had become Professor.